My father, 61M, is cheating again. We already lost everything when he first cheated a while ago. I, 27F, don't know if I should tell my mom, 65F, or that would be worst. This is going to be a long post, sorry in advance. I'll try to be as clear as possible because my family situation is pretty fucked up. My parents are divorced since I was born. My father convinced my mom to get a divorce as that would help his business, another long story, but they still lived together as a married couple. No one knew they were divorced, nor did I for that matter, until I was 8. My father cheated on my mom for a couple years before she noticed. Once she knew, she kicked him out of the house and he left to live with his mistress, let's call her C. C and her kids made several calls a day insulting my mother. She wanted my mother to get nothing from my father basically. We knew nothing about him for a while. He just visited once or twice after the divorce arrangements were done and then we stopped getting calls or money from him. C took all his money, his business went to bankrupt and my father was in debt and he tried to sell the house we were living with no success, so he left the country. For those months my mom suffered from severe depression. She had no money and a miserable job and she had to take care of me and my 2 older siblings, one which has Asperger. A year later, my mother told us we were going to live with him again in another state but same country. Of course, as I was little and still loving my father, I thought they were in love again and things were going to get better. It was obviously not the case. My father contacted her to get a new start in a new state and get money together, as he figured out he couldn't do it on his own. Of course my mother thought about her kids first and decided to move even if she didn't love and was still depressed about everything. After moving we struggled for a bit, but we were financially okay after a few years. My mom was able to stop working and got to be a stay-at-home mom. Even if my father isn't perfect, he now made sure we had food on our table, a house, cars and college education, so in that matter I can't demand anything else from him. We weren't exactly wealthy, but we were above average financially. The thing is, he continued cheating as we were getting more money. He was found most of the times by my mom and things got ugly during those times. They were constantly fighting and she threatened him with leaving several times, but my father just apologized, swore he's never doing it again, and my mom's just had to suck it up every time because she had 3 kids to take care of and nobody was going to give any jobs at her age, 50 plus. On the times I discovered my father cheating I got in trouble with both parts, because dysfunctional parents always make you choose between them. My mom was pissed at me because I wasn't on her side and my father was mad because I was taking things out of context, denying he was cheating. On a side note, my mother has always told him she does not love him, and he can have as many partners as we want as long as the house is put at her name so the mistress cannot steal the house. And also she gets to do the same, have as many partners as she wants. Even the slight mention of them being in separate houses makes my father furious, so that's not a possibility. One time when we found out he was cheating again, my mother just stayed quiet and she got herself a really good man who she wanted to live with. When she told him everything we went through the worst of times. My house looked like a war zone. He refused, so sleep alone. Even if my mother wanted to sleep in the couch he made sure he was by her side every night, almost no sleep. He was following her everywhere like a stalker. He later apologized, told us nothing was serious with the girls he was messaging and he just wanted to see if he still has capable of getting girls but without actually getting in bed with them. Bullshit excuse, obviously. Things were back to normal. Fast forward, he stopped cheating for a while as far as I know, and he even got in an expensive spiritual group to better himself. Things got slightly better. Me and my sister are financially independent and we do not live with our parents anymore. My brother still lives with them and has no job for the moment. A few days ago I discovered my father was searching for a no-strings-attached relationship and he even got a sugar baby almost my age. He had tried to find a girl several times before with no success. This is the first time in a while a girl actually agrees to sleep with him. If he wasn't giving her money I would just shut up about it. But since he is paying for everything she wants I'm afraid he can lose everything again, since he is thinking with his dick and not with his brain. I could tell my mom about it, but I'm afraid she can get sick and depressed again and I'm not sure I want her to go through all of this again. I can also confront my father, threatening to tell my mother. his spiritual group and entire family about the affair if he doesn't put the house in my mother's name. I have all the evidence needed. Or I could just mind my own business, acting like nothing happened and just let life get its own course. But I'm afraid that my mom could lose the house if I don't do anything. Me and my sister can help her and my brother, of course. We have enough money so they can live with all their needs met, so that's not an issue. The problem is my mother can lose the house she kept for so many years. She was there when it was built and every single furniture is paid by her. She made sure this house was clean and suitable for her children, and she worked so hard to get where she is now, just to lose everything for a pretty girl. And I don't want that to happen. I also don't want my brother to go through this. He has Asperger's and he does not take change very well. He can even get aggressive with my father if he finds out. I'm open to any suggestions at this point. My therapist told me it's not my responsibility to fix things between my parents. My mom decided to stay all these years and these are her consequences. My father decided to cheat again, so fixing the relationship should be his job, not mine. But again, after all the trauma my family had to live with, I don't know if I can take the chance. Sorry for the long post, thanks for reading it all and sorry for my broken English.